For me to be stoic, all I was doing was putting layer and layer and layer of armoring over that part of my life that you had no access to, but was so important to me and to us, and I spent a lot of time there. And so that's one of my big takeaways from our relationship when I reflect back on things that might have been done differently. I just encourage men out there to think about, it could be well-intended, and I really felt like mine, by and large, was well-intending, but downstream it didn't end up that way. It really just shut you out. And what I found as I've continued to do this work is, yes, I need to show up as the rock and the provider, and that's a role I can play.
Well, and I appreciate the masculine essence in you.
And the idea is to know when to play that role, and that was the only role I knew how to play. Yeah. And it was the only role I knew how to play when I started fitness training. I was all in, and that's a whole nother podcast, but I bring this up because, well, yeah, it's what your wife really wants is she wants to know the real you. And unfortunately in our culture, that real you is a vulnerable you. And if you're not willing to show her that, and I'm not saying you just walk around in puddles all the time, then you can't hold your shit together. But if you're having a hard time, like, she's not going to leave you because of that. And if she does, well, what does that say about the relationship? Sure. It's all information for you. So for me, it's been a big part of my learning is having that discernment when to be the protector of the family, and then when to be the one who can cry in front of my kids over something seemingly silly to them. How many times in the fucking past year and a half have they seen me just break down about something, and they're just like, what's going on with him? But they see, my boys see that it's okay. They look up to me, and they're looking to me to model behavior. And by me being honest about how I feel, and they'll listen, as I've done the work, I've been able to have those tears of gratitude. I never had those before. These were just like tears of sadness. I was really bummed about something, like super bummed. But today it happens often, just out of being in touch with that feeling.
Well, and we can't tell them how to be. We can only show them how to be, right? And we all want to be loved for who we are.